So somebody sent me this video of Anthony Joshua, and I need you to watch a little bit of it. Just watch a little bit of it.
There's a lot of classic cars here right now. And classic cars, of course, have appreciated and value. You know, they don't.
Two plastic will be say your water bodies in environment. Near against it. Yes, we be bar. You beat me so a boa amasa abantena ayabasa na plastic no ebugu on mono. Yes, yet me abuama ayakama. Petrol, any diesel, and your one.
Hi, darlings. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome back, guys. Sorry, pardon me. Electricity have failed me today. I'm definitely working on that. But welcome to another episode, guys. We are back like we never left with loads and loads of interesting, educative, inspiring, and very, very mind-blowing episode. Guys, we have a lot to talk. So come closer. Are you a Ghanaian, a Nigerian, from any country? Come closer. They have summoned us. We have a lot to talk about this US ban. We have a lot to talk about what is up and trending. Yes, so with Nigeria, Ghana, and every other African country. We've got a very good observation from a Ghanaian that's not something that is happening in Africa, from the Western world, European world, that has a lot to share with us. And as well, we've got raw talent from Ghana. Yes, so see, when I tell you Ghanaians are not just blessed, they are blessed with different talent. Ghanaians using plastic, turning plastic into fuel and diesel. Oh my God, guys, I need you at this point. Fasten your seatbelt. Sit tight. Like if you are in the office, grab your popcorn, your coffee, relax, let us chillax and unwind with these videos, right? But please, before we delve into that, do one thing and one thing only. You know what now? Hit on the like button, share, and stay subscribed. As well as my brother Chimdi has something very interesting. I mean, when you hear interesting, to tell us and show us about the president, the good people of Ghana, their culture, and everything. And with all this being said, are you ready? Yes, I am ready. Let's delve into these videos.
So somebody sent me this video of Anthony Joshua, and I need you to watch a little bit of it. Just watch a little bit of it.
African heritage from Nigeria, just across the road. I've been spending a lot of time in Nigeria as of recent, knowing that it's important to know where you're going, but just as important to know where you come from. And coming to Ghana actually wasn't on my agenda, because for some reason everyone in Nigeria puts Nigeria here and Ghana just here. Yes. So I'm now here and I'm looking around and I'm like, they've been lying to me. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
Joshua, I love this. Like when I told Ghanaians and South Africans that I love this guy, there's something different about him. And for those of you saying, I've not said any good thing about Nigeria. Now, does Anthony Joshua, does my loving Anthony Joshua suffice? Obviously it doesn't, because Anthony Joshua is not even Nigerian. Anthony Joshua had lived most of his life in the UK. He grew up in the UK, so he's a product of the United Kingdom. You understand? Just like this other guy in South Africa is a product of, South Africa, and even though Nigerians are trying to claim him, obviously. So what am I trying to say in essence? If you had listened to Anthony Joshua, he said something. He said they lied to him, and by they, he implied Nigeria, because if you had listened to his remark before saying they lied to him, he said he's been in Nigeria more often, which means that the impression they had given to him about Ghana is false. The impression Nigeria had given to him about Ghanaians or Ghana as a place is that Nigeria is better than Ghana, where Nigeria is not even up to the footstool of Ghana. In case you don't get it, see, Ghana has surpassed Nigeria. In case you don't get it, people, in case you don't get it, Nigeria is no longer in the conversation. When we talk about Africans that are doing well, Nigeria is not in the conversation. It's just the noise. It's just the noise. Now, when I told people that there is something about this Anthony Joshua, and I must tell you people, I'm a little biased on account that this Joshua looks exactly like my younger brother and takes after, like they have similar name and have similar looks. Do you understand? They have similar name, and my younger brother's name Joshua, and he's just exactly as Anthony Joshua, huge, muscular, and of course very handsome. In fact, he looks like Anthony Joshua, or more like they both look alike, So, but that's not about him. Like, I could say that that's one of my bias, but you see, I try as much as possible to pull that away, to understanding something about this Anthony Joshua, on how simple and humble he is. If not that he is, manipulated, he's been compromised by the Nigerian cause since he started, drawing closer or leaning towards Nigeria. Anthony Joshua, I can beat my heart to tell you that if he hadn't acquainted himself with Nigeria, You understand? He would have been undefeated. Now he's gone to Ghana. Watch his redemption. Watch his redemption. I'm telling you people. Ghana.
The US is planning a major visa ban on 36 countries, and yes, Ghana and Nigeria are on the list. Let me explain. According to a leaked US State Department memo, 36 countries, including 25 from Africa, may soon face travel restrictions if they don't meet new immigration security standards. And Ghana and Nigeria, two of the most influential African nations, are caught in the middle. The US says these countries either lack proper systems to verify travelers, have poor record keeping, or have too many citizens overstaying their visas. So basically, they don't trust the ID and passport systems. You see, Ghana is already working to fix this. In 2020, Ghana introduced biometric chip embedded passports, which stores fingerprints, photo, and identity data. And in 2025, the Ghana Immigration Service started phasing out non-chip passports completely. If you don't have one, you can't even board international flights from July. This tracking allows better tracking of passport holders and strengthens background checks, exactly what the US wants. Now let's talk about Nigeria, the most affected country in this whole list. Despite being Africa's largest economy, Nigeria faces serious challenges: insecurity, government corruption, and yes, a high number of visa overstays in the US. In fact, in 2023 alone, over 29,000 Nigerians overstayed their visas in the US, according to the DHS reports. That's a huge red flag. Add this to the increasing instability, kidnappings, armed banditry, and economic collapse, and the US sees Nigeria as a high-risk country for illegal immigration. The US has given all 36 countries 60 days to meet strict new requirements, like better ID systems, biometric tracking, and the civil document reform. And if Ghana and Nigeria don't comply, expect straighter visa interviews, high rejection rates, or worse, a full travel ban like we saw during Trump's last term. Ghana's chip passport upgrade is already a strong move, but it may also need a crackdown on fraudulent birth certificates, overstays, and boost data sharing with embassies. The Mahama administration, now in power, has hinted at tighter reform through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So now my question is, will Ghana and Nigeria meet the deadline, or will thousands of students, families, and business people suffer the consequences? Let us make...
It's all like classic cars here right now. And classic cars, of course, have appreciated value. You know, they don't... I can't tell, bro. You got a Bugatti, you got the flicking Rolls Royces, the Corvettes. Oh, a wild guess. Sam.
And even I'll say he's definitely a billion.
Billy. Close to?
Dollars.
Yeah, close to.
Billion.
Look at it. There's like classic Rolls Royces, Bugatti,
A billion
Corvettes.
Easy.
Up to.
Easy.
A billion?
Easy.
You know what a billion is, bro?
Including the cars.
The cars, yeah, just the collection.
No, but I'm saying his total investment probably about $1 billion, because don't go through marble flooring, the building itself. I'll say $1 billion. $1 billion.
Oh, you mean you're talking about the whole shit? Yeah. But the collection, the car collection.
Yeah, even the car collection, I would say.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to Bill.
Billion?
I'll stick to Bill.
Okay, I'll say like.
I like your guess.
I like that too.
I like your guess.
I'll say like 500 mil. Half of a billion.
No, because you know what? You're looking at downstairs, but you still got upstairs.
They still got upstairs.
We haven't explored upstairs.
Smaller room here.
Yeah.
The Ferraris,
The new ones.
So look, when you're looking upstairs,
Oh yeah, that's mad.
Another Rolls Royce, the new.
and then you got the bike.
This is not what you call money. This is what you call bread.
Yeah.
Yes,
And it's
bread.
not just the cars. You got the bike, the bikes, the Harley Davidsons, and all that.
Yeah.
I'll say a Bill.
A billion. Okay, thank you so much. Wow, guys.
I mean, think about it.
To plastic agu bebree a ɛsɛ yɛ water bodies ne environment no ne yɛ adwen sɛ yɛ so yɛbɛ bibi bɛba yɛbɛtumi so aboa ama saa abɔnten na ayɛ basaa na plastic no egugu hɔ nom no yɛsɛ yɛtumi aboa ma ayɛ kama petrol ne diesel ne yɛyɛ wɔ hɔ nom yɛyɛ distillation yɛwɔ yɛ first reactor wɔ hɔ nom a yɛde plastic ne bɛgu mu yɛde gu mu a yɛbɛ heating to certain temperature plastic no be break it down a vapor na ebe ba no eno de me ba ye we no diesel ne petrol no so you produce we a ya de ma wona wo machines to say diesel machines no me to say tractor na o mo try we diesel no say eye kama na say enye kama ana petrol no so ye wa ya ka say wa bobo ya wo no I to be big now. I'm out for super GP at Kugu by a share in some lances. They said, yeah, oh, Yanwaton. Say, here we are. The core among machines. Papa Bua has a friend, Mr. Dewey. Only this only way and honor or penny and a good machine. And what test my and power plant. Like if you see beer factory, said you produce this or no one. I also bet my distributor ama or more tongue, not almost so at the atom. See, and the mechanics a financial problem. Okay, I see a set up machine, different. We machine petrol and it is on. You see different from this one. We know here for practical purpose. By a machine and Kasanga a bit in asset is what man come. A more, this is more on bit my boy. I might see different machine a soccer car. As a man, I come as one person, make catch them in phone say, Yashazi, a human, Nipper Blabaha, Nipa Bahaba, Omoba, and Tea or Moncabio. Now, a financial problem, Tina, you machine send you see where you are. And yes, I machine on car. I different, and I think it will be you beat me a bobby Biafa, Ama, Yaya Jumakra, when Baby, Yaya Juma, a dear gas in our. A bit me, I explode anytime. A bit me, or however. Tinka, the baby, a bit me, a setting machine or and for how ma or me a community na yetimna, Caraboy, when the chassis, the chassis or Kunku kitty, not a chassis, test, I heard products a bit many the Kunkus and Ketua and a chassis any day. Kunkus na not the Gumu Ketua, a pipe on Ketua, be see a needed piano to say the woman one song. The Choma vapor never a big condensed by this that is the light vapor. I know the ultimate channel because of need condensers. Internet no ever pretty cool. By now, diesel and an ayina. Your condensers will hold my and the separate your fuel and my. It will be enough for why the I was it. And the Anna Yadisa idea and buy it. Yes, so there, I have bois. Send you be a fuel and so the price and bit my coffee more be as well, and you be a useful. As I say, we are for a unity. Charters Baha, ever don't you know? Say, Omoba, send a bear, Omoda, price no, Oma price no, and Cosro, and you know, say, Omoto is on a price no for now. I don't so miss my Teswama, Omadama, we are for
President Donald Trump, I see, have a Makana, any other 36 countries are banning from entering the country. The representatives are for the day, and you see, I'm deporting Kufubimu, but answer never deporting for no second hand meeting your dinkophone passport and documents at the USA for no to deported. Nakana for said that, yeah, faster documents, and economic for no Mubu ayes eyes for a camp, and won't tell Donald Trump will force you about deported Ghana phone. That's same we expect for. Won't send me educated to measure pass a record. I could see almost
that came. The US government released a long list of countries and the number of their citizens that are on ICE list for deportation.
Right.
In that list, the number of Ghanaians on that list to be deported is 3,228.
You don't say.
Yeah. The ICE list, as at the beginning of the year, in January when the US released it, 3,228 Ghanaians are on the ICE list to be deported. What this means is that there's people that have to be deported. Most of them, or many of them, have thrown away documentation as to who they are. But because they entered the country with visas and the rest, the US knows which countries' passports they use to enter the country.
Right.
So they are able to determine that these are the people who entered the US with Ghanaian passports. So they are Ghanaians. Right. Because a passport is issued to only citizens of a country. So if they are on ICE list and they are to be deported, they need documents that will enable them to travel back to Ghana.
Yeah.
These documents are to be issued by Ghana to them because their passports are either expired or some of them don't actually have. But because they have their data, because they control their visa system, they know that this person came in with a Ghanaian passport. So they ask countries that produce documents, what you call a travel document, either passport or travel document for these people so that they can be deported back to the countries they came from, per their passport of travel. What this means is that Ghana is supposed to produce documents for these 3,288 people. The suspicion I had is that Ghana is refusing to produce the document for this boat to enable America to deport them. Because a country also have the right to say we will not provide the document.
Right.
And by the UN convention, you can't deport anybody without a travel document. You can't send anybody to a country without a travel document. It's not a travel document determine which specific country the person is being sent to. So if Ghana refuses to provide the people documentation, what it means is that the US can't deport them. So the people are remaining in ICE detention and becoming crisis for the country. And I believe that is one reason why Ghana is on that list. I believe this is why we are on the list. And see, people will give the excuse that about many of those people may not be Ghanaians. The America doesn't know who is a Ghanaian or who is not a Ghanaian. Once you travel a Ghanaian passport, you are a Ghanaian. So if our passport system is so weak for nationals of other countries to access it and travel with it, the American doesn't know who is a Ghanaian, Burkina, Nigeria, or anything. What he knows is that you entered with a passport of Ghana. And passports are issued to citizens of the country. Only citizens of the country use a passport. The first ban that
Trump, we're looking at it. Yes, I mean, it's for Ghana to do the necessary to fulfill the obligations that another sovereign country wants in terms of entry permits. It happens over the whole world. Likewise, other visitors to Ghana have to fulfill certain immigration requirements. I don't see anything wrong in it at all. Maybe because President Trump, we're looking at it differently. But every country has that sovereign right to say that for X, Y, and Z, we want you to come legally. Remember 3 weeks ago, we were on this program, and we were talking about the Nigerians, not Nigerians, Nigerians, who we rounded up, right? And I said that we have nothing against Nigeria. Via the proper routes, apply properly, then we won't round you up and send you, because Ghana is known for being hospitable. So if we are doing it to Nigerians, why should we suddenly play double standards when America says it wants us to follow certain rules? Nobody should have any issue with this. You may say that it's discriminatory. Yes, there's arguments for that, because it's largely the global south. There may be other countries in the, what do you call it, the Far East, who may not be, who may be on par with what they think is missing in Ghana, in Togo and other countries. And beyond being compliant, one of the main reasons that those who are on J visas, and I think B1 visas, are overstaying. And they've given you the percentages. So again, understand that when you're a Ghanaian and you go to another country, you are an ambassador for Ghana. How you behave or misbehave will reflect upon everybody.
Exactly.
So you have to understand you're an ambassador. When you overstay and you think you've done the system or you've cheated the system, you're cheating the rest of us who also want that same
You are denying someone else an opportunity.
You're denying so work with the law. And what Ghanaians generally need to understand, just like with any national who travels abroad,
right?
When you comply with the rules, you're given 6 months. Go and stay, or 1 year, go and stay, come back. When you reapply, the chances of you being accepted are extraordinarily higher. Maybe 90-95%. I'm just plugging a figure out of my head. Because you show that when we allow you to visit, you visit and come back. So when you reapply again, you'll get it. Inshallah, maybe you even get a multiple visa. So these are some of the lessons that we, as Ghanaians, nationals generally, need to abide by. Yes, I mean, it's for...
So let's go straight into the matter. The West is gradually trying to make Africa a dumping site for used goods and services. The worst part is policies, and the worst of it all is experimental garbage. Currently, if you take a look at the market we have in Africa and the market we have here in Ghana, you would realize that about 80% of our consumables are stuff that are coming from the excesses of the West and Europe at large. If you take a look at our clothing, if you take a look at, our fashion, most of our fashion sense, if you take a look at our cars, if you take a look at, it cuts across. The medicines that come over here, the food, the chicken, it's so much. But let's move straight into the subject. If you would find an African, a regular African, trying to ship cars down to his country, maybe Ghana, the normal Ghanaian is going to go for a salvage vehicle. And that's a car involved in an accident. Sometimes very unrecognizable. Sometimes oko junkyard, no, that's oko a places that will this kind of bed, any other oceans near the other. Okwa, Ubusa say, Naka kama say, we yen say we no, Naka net in your the papa in terms of the physical affair, ABCI. I didn't think I could see Bruni Krumono, Saka and I could make Akunya Sa, a question as I was a fortune, no Bruni, and now no shine the car, and I just obey Kani name of what on the free one.
ukodu junk site bia cars bia for to be anim asem bia ma car no ho na ebo mesan sa car no awa ho no mo ache nti no omo fa sa cars no de kogu ba bia scrap ya junk ya no mo de afidie bo cars no so ekeka car no mo sa de ba ya omo betimi anya alomi anasa de na free sa car ni masa ko hwe de gu industries and factories no no mo tumi e de akreti ade foforo enti no se ekoboro omo so a no mo de bi aba beto ocean na che se wona wo hia no okwa akosesa. Enti this I check here. Most of the cars now ya turn Ghana hanum as brand new cars no. I don't want na ya to the things where your home use cars no. Aya na don't want na aye cars asem you to frache. Ya to na jeje mu anasa car ya use one man ne braso a ehun hia say wo de beto oman no. A cut across, even government aquaculture cars at the Abagana, government aquaculture kind of machineries to be at the Eba. If it's a wood drew the Western, the Europe, any the developed countries now, Ayana, even commercial buses, you know, who expiry dates out with their tobas and just at the end of the expire. But then they put up a rating, a duration of service. Who said, Self-identity, you must have a permanent duration. As I say, we have a free council, and no being Africa, man, penny for aquaculture, Sadi Begu, or my Muhanum, not yes, so I found the second Nada, you should say. Into Kakura, you know. Emudoduana, echamu, emudoduana, the right condition as I say, woman, a new set, yes, I say, city, it's no better, now, as soon as see Mercedes Benz, a Jacoton without the cost, or better, now, as soon as see a Range Rover, no, a cycle, this want to be any carnage, or better, now, as soon as see Kabi, a young escalator, no, as I fought to be Bamuno, on to me any of you, because Kano, Netimpia Nasa, the Shabra Nasa, a woman, son, a carne, Efram, and Yababe Duhano. I have all and I want to see, Fana Yaw Fentina, who so Nasa Frata, Ubato Cabit is our thing, I will Avia Europe, I don't know Funko brand new car, and from free China, and Babitia Robber. You test na kwa bibi say I didn't say for Europe and outside the West America so one eba you wouldn't say you sit here the condition say the condition is sit here you wouldn't say eh the pattern bibi bia beto e dey free o man fufuro bia entare ya she force yes say free me am ya dey bani ade ya na yes say abadi na brofo na hu say ye pe enti say no so in large business say niam na wo mu kotugu no say bi otafa say ko wura Europe and say what abroche ba bia na watwe wo hono mu ye wo eda wo mu be for baller e normal baller aduane ne sa niam no e ye wo sometime in a month wo niam a wo mpe wo fie empaboa entare e electrical gadgets ni ade wo mpe wo fie no aban na ye ne say for be gwa bonten ya mesesa nko wo mu be sesa kwa de sesa wo de ya recycle no de recycle ne sesa wo mu ehye anase wo mu extend any free system no no one the free system no mu nanso ko bibi ni koto na se gukwan ho na ko bibi ni asesa ball no na shepe dia ba be go ni system mu and at the end of the day no consumer was a world market who could do some of our shops and our market sectors na empabo abeto wo ye broni wawu atare a wo beto empa wo beda so matches no empadua afidie na wo to no TV no hwan no ne nyina kwa ye chese se bi otafra che broni wawu and was we home use papa no kure say product no any some brand new bi wo ho no mu a wo de atoto ho a aya na product na broni wawu no e chepa de wo mu ye say essence wo kwakoto brand new na wo pese obeto papa brako ninti no anasa ebia wo ho so papa brako ninti no wo to eye chepa na enko last enfama anasa on top papa ninti and last enfama ninti no it is assume say de no the carbon be play e ba bonten a how health with you it assume say e no na papa entare egu bola so empabo egu bola so say bibi biara e wo oman yimu any Africa man mu bebre no akwa say e bola so niam na yenya ba bi mfanguo ana sabi otafra che ya bibi fo ne ya start dey ba ya dey ba na brofo na hunu say onko fo we o mo de ba if so ko ba bi ti say Japan sa niam na wa yusu no dada no o kwa kwato aban ni juice kakase ansa no watimi ato egu it is bibi fo ne besesa I thought that woman na sama bibi fo ne besesa sa niam na shop ya ba down ha no woman na sama yesika because ya de na wodi kwa gogu no anasa sesa na ba besesa no e ye fa ye ne jesa ba besesa sa machinery no eti wona musabi otafra che obi ma so anasa broni ma so a otumi koto niam na wankasa wagina ho obi sa ho say eh abrafo da bo ma boda mana na sa de we enye hwe e na da bontin aye bibi pa because ebere bia so it is out of use entire empaboa technological gadgets, computers, laptops, any TVs, this and manema, who wants a sofa pan, you about abonte, and some phone, no better abonte, and some yes, Minkasa, a year or one so yanasa, and as I say, now so see a quacotopia, yet to me try as a talk and monona, and encouraging Momo, about the Guamu, so you're the first Yata, Wakana, Ghana, and Impress of a thought I didn't say, Ghana, Nicotan, Nigeria, was already a Yapapa, your total Gataria, already Topo and your car. Oh, you always say, Nasa Yota Fracha, Abrafuni the D, Akataka, and say, but just say, I had those designer was a good amount for Tonabodino, Abrafunu. China before brand new China before no branded at the amount of Europe and as American what on boarding. I didn't I just want to go to the same thing. Our China what on farm before. Now you got home my only engineer consumer no and so Ghana near one issue or about 2 days out the ocean toku. Ghana near this because when they say China Tarians will nims an iPhone no China and iPhone and Zana yes said about the US back again. The test for garbage has made Ghana and Africa it's in its entirety a dumping site for Europe and the West.
Yesterday I talked about this visa ban, but I think today's own actually shows more explanation, in-depth explanation about what it is. And as a Ghanaian, a Nigerian, we have heard, we have seen. But one thing I really want to emphasize or stress on is this: the attitude, the past loopholes of Nigerians, stealing Ghana passport or getting Ghana passport the wrong way and traveling with it. I believe personally, this is my opinion, don't come for me, is what has really made the number of Ghanaians, as we have heard, rank up that number. Because like you heard, the US will not go in details to know who is a Ghanaian or Nigerian, but people who have stolen these Ghanaian passports way before now and have traveled are the one bringing this whole menace, this whole rubbish to the motherland Ghana. And I'm not disputing the fact that maybe there are no Ghanaians involved. They are, but the number, as we have seen, if you check very well, as I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying. You will see that most of them are not Ghanaians. I'm telling you the truth. That is the criminality in Africa, especially in Nigeria. So if the US is deporting, we are definitely going to be sure the government of Ghana would definitely find out who are these people, whether they are truly Ghanaians, before providing any further document for their deportation, right? Because we all know that going into any country illegally is a crime, right? Just as we are saying no illegal entry into Ghana, no illegal entry into South Africa or any other country. That is how the law should stand in every country. So it is that every country is protecting their boundaries, just like Trump is not taking chances. So we cannot apportion blames to the US government. They have their country and they have their laws. They have their choice on what and what not they want to do, right? This aspect of illegal foreigners ranking this number, right, from Ghana, check very well. Check that thing. If you check it, you will know. And that's why I brought it out here, for us to be sure and know about it. And as well, we have heard and seen this young man from Ghana who has put up this great talent. Please, I need you people to, if you have any connection, connect these people to the government. These are the kind of talent that need to be seen by our leaders, so that they will be, sponsored and, encouraged financially in all ramifications to come up with this raw talent and use it to the full. Do you know that if these people are being supported by the government, they will go, very far. They will really go far and do well. And before you know it, this Elon Musk we are hearing in other countries will be existing in Ghana, in every other African country. We Africans, we are blessed. We are blessed and talented. But it's just that most of our talents are being allowed to die. They are being allowed to die. So when we see talent like this, it's expected that as people, as individuals, even the wealthy ones, we should not even wait for the government alone. The wealthy ones in our midst should support. That's the essence. Anyways, my own opinion. I don't know about you. I stand to be corrected anyways, constructively and respectfully. And based on what Chimdi has said about his own postulations and opinions and every other video showed here, I don't know what are your thoughts, your opinion, your input, because the reason, the goal and objective for us having these videos is for us to be on the know, the awareness, the exposition, the, entertainment, education, and inspiration at the end of the day, so that at the long run, countries outside Africa will know that there is a lot happening in Africa. And when it comes to Ghana, the motherland, it is out of this world. It is mind-blowing. So based on that is why I, the ambassador, aka Victoria Chinyere, would always take it upon myself to put out these videos here, not to ridicule, demote, demean anyone, any country, any citizen, but exposing, analyzing, reacting, inspiring not just you, but your spirit, your soul, and your body. Oh shit, baddest. Oh shit, baddest. Exactly. And with that being said, if you are yet to like this video, kindly hit on the like button, share this video, and stay subscribed. If this is your first time here, don't make it your last. Until then, keeping it real, happy, safe, and blessed. And I will see you in my next one. Ciao, ciao.